Hello there. I guess I'm recording. Yes, I am. This is so exciting. This is Sandra Longmore, and I'm here in Vancouver, Washington, right outside of the big city of Portland, Oregon, and I am going to do a Ustream Live, and this is my second time. And I think I have all the technical things down now. Last week I did it and I didn't have any sound. So I'm practiced up. And today, what I'm going to talk to you about is vision boarding. So, actually making a board, and actually seeing some that I have made, and just having a really good time. Life should be fun. Life should be more fun all the time. So, I'm going to be fun about this. I'm going to be casual about it, and I'm going to enjoy what I do. So, today, what is the point of today? Well, today you're going to learn how to make a vision board. You're going to have samples of past vision boards, and you're going to have a reviewing of what we did last week. And last week I was thinking about, I was brand new to Ustream, and Anne White, who's the creator of the Creating Calm Network, said, "What would you like to call your program?" And I thought, the Golden Bridge. But then the more I thought about it, I thought there isn't just one golden bridge, there's many golden bridges. So I decided I would change it, and I'm going to have to tell Anne that I'm going to change it to golden bridges, because many, many, many times in life we have these bridges that we find and we have to pass over and go to the other side too. And it's all a journey, and it's a fun journey. So last week I asked you, are you living from the inside out or the outside in? And which is working for you better? We are all energy. It's just energy, and it's a wonderful, fantastic, flowing energy that goes through us all the time. We are a spectrum of energy, and this energy can be shaped in any single way you want. Last week I gave you this magic wand. Do you remember it? It was really, really, really beautiful. Had a sun on top, and it was long and cylinder, and it just fits you just right. And we did that 17-second exercise. Anytime you can hold a focused thought for 17 seconds, you can change your point of view. And quite truthfully, I did that earlier because I didn't have audio again. I couldn't figure out what in the heck is wrong with this Ustream in my mic. This is a brand new mic I bought. It's called the Plantronics Super Plus Noise Cancellation, and it really, really worked good on my iPhone, but I couldn't get it to work. But you know what you do when things don't work out? You reboot. You just reboot the whole darn mess. Sorry, the whole, you just reboot and refresh. Yes, there's better. Refresh. Because life is a little messy sometimes, but really, it all works out in the end. And here I am now, live, and it's my mic is working. I can see the little green light going up and up and up and down. I also told you last week that if you went to my site, you would get a free gift. In fact, I have 3 free gifts, and the one that I said about last week was a values chart, and the values chart is really wonderful. It's going to help you pick your values that really mean something to you, because it talks about word clustering. And so it's a very useful way of clustering words together to get at your core beliefs, the ones, those beliefs that just ring true to you when you think of them or feel them or engage in them. So the word envision is also has a special meaning. And here's a picture of something. It's me on a very hot day in July, stopping at a park, and my husband took this picture. And I have on a visor. The visor is also part of the word vision. Did you know that? Isn't that cool? Yeah, the visor is also part of the word vision. So the visor protects your eyes so you can see clearly. And that's what visioning really, really does. So I think that that is so neat. Now, today we are going to look at this overview of vision boarding. And what is vision boarding? Well, vision boarding is just a way of focusing. And this is one I had created quite a few years ago. And it was on Prosperity, You, Cash, Get Cash. It had some words on it. It's probably kind of blurry here because I think it's a small image. But anyway, it's a visioning is a focuser, and it focuses on what you want or what you don't want. And no matter what you're focusing on, it will have power, great power. So think of something that has wonderful, wonderful power, like an earthquake. What about it? It's in seismology. They talk about the synonym for the hypocenter is focus. And then when the earthquake comes, the earth shifts. And you know what? You can shift your own life this way. You can shift it in a very, very good way. Now, bird board is a way of focusing things that are important to you. And it's going to be really surprising to you. So, you're going to now learn how vision boards can help people. What is a vision board and how the vision board works? A vision board, it can really help people. And it can help people because it can clarify who you are and what you want and where you are going. You can get a New Year's off really good with a vision board. You can get a project off to a very flying start with the vision board. And you can create some focus for yourself with a vision board. You can tap into that inner wisdom and you can identify solutions in troublesome problems. So, what is a vision board anyway? Well, I showed you an example of one. This is a sample of another one here that I put on paper like this. Put some images on that, and I uh, like this one a lot. This one was about a business I love, and I most certainly have that business I love. You can also make a very large vision board. You see that one in the background there? That's on foam core that I got at my local Office Depot store. And so you can do them quite large. That's a very large board, and I have it up all the time. I just love, love, love looking at it. So, a vision board is basically a collection for a wide variety of inspirational maps or a collage, and how we create from pictures. Now, a map can be anything, it can be who we are or how we want our lives to be. But basically, it's a visual representation of our goals and dreams in a powerful way to make our aspirations more attainable and just so we can get a hold of them. So, I believe a vision board works because of how the mind works. Our mind is fantastic. Our mind, it can only hold, or it only wants to hold, 7 pieces of information at one time. And yet there's millions and millions of pieces going around our mind all the time. So just think about it. Think about how overwhelming that is. But this mind is so fantastical, it can do it. So to ensure you don't get overwhelmed, our mind learns to filter out information and to show only pieces of information it thinks is relevant. That's why when we get a new car, say you have a new car, you're going to notice other cars that are very similar to that. And it's just the way the mind works. It's like associates with ideas. And this is the key way of how vision boards work. The mind's very act of creating a vision board tells our mind what's important and how you can draw attention to something that you might not have otherwise noticed. Now, this happens to my art students. I love my little art students. I have big ones too. I have age 6 through 96. Isn't that terrific? All those ages. Well, when they pick a reference and start to draw, later they might come rushing in to me and say, "Guess what? Guess what, Sandra? I saw on TV. I saw the story about the Grand Canyon, and I watched every single bit of it with my dad. I just couldn't believe that the very thing that I drew in class last week was what was on TV. I didn't even know it existed. I thought it was just a fantasy picture. So, the focus of energy and creating a visual, like a vision board or a drawing, will bring into your awareness that very thing that you are working on. A vision board is a visual representation of what you are creating and want in your life now and in the future. It is a visual map that shows you literally how to create a path to success. So there are some books on vision boarding. I'll show this one here. This is The Law of Attraction by one of my mentors, Michael Lozier. And I did get certified in the Law of Attraction in Memphis, Tennessee, and also kind of went there to Vancouver, BC, and was with Michael when he certified some other uh, people. So it's an excellent, excellent book, and Michael's work is just excellent in simplifying the law of attraction. The law of attraction's huge. It's just huge. It's can you imagine how huge gravity is? Well, law of attraction's the same as gravity, and you'll catch on to it as you start to use it. We use it all the time, law of attraction. It's just there consistently playing out in the background. This is another book, and this is called The Vision Board, The Secret of an Extraordinary Life. And this is by Joyce Swartz. And I also was certified by Joyce in vision boarding. And Joyce is a bestseller author. Her book has been all over, and she gives a lot of good information on vision boarding at the Vision Board Institute, and you can look that up online. Also, this is another book, and it's called Anyone Can, and this one is about Marian Luciello, and she has some of my work in it. So those are all some books that I like, and you might like too, about vision boarding. So what are some other names for vision boarding? Well, they're called different things like dream boards, wish boards, treasure maps, life collage, wisdom change. And many other cultures use vision boarding all the time. Uh, this is a picture of my big one that I have behind me as well when you go back on the built-in eyesight camera shot. But this is a big one that I did, and it is all-inclusive. Uh, can I show you that? I'm not sure if my mouse can go over this or not. But anyway, up in the right corner is a scene where it has an underwater scene, and then it has a land scene and a sunset. And in the underwater scene, there's a mermaid. And all these things in the past year have played out in my life. I'm becoming an energy master through a program called Energy Mastery. And it's one of the symbols that came up quite often is the mermaid. And so there it is on my board. And there are many other things there. There's about exercise and everything that I want to have in my life. I also put this one up here. I made this one. And this is a vision board about exercising and feeling good and perky. And, I just love that. And that one is a smaller vision board, but I have them up on my bookshelf as I go into my office all the time because I really like looking at them. Now, the vision board idea went back a long, long time ago. It went back to the caveman days. Do you remember sitting in a cave and having it be cold and now I'm calling on your level of imagination. So just think of yourself as living in a cave and it's really really cold out and you're waiting for the snow to melt and someone sticks a board in the fire and or not a board, a stick in the fire and and stirs it around and the stick becomes dark and with the fire ash and they start to draw, just start to draw. It's an impulse. Drawing is an impulse. And they draw something they like. They draw something to eat, like the mammoth, the great mammoth. And the others look at that and they say, wow, that's what we ate the other day. We want to eat some more of that great mammoth. I wonder where we could find one this next year. And then they go out, the snow melts, and they go out, and sure enough, they locate a great mammoth. So they think, next time we get in that cave and we're waiting for spring to come so we can hunt again, let's do some more drawings. And all over the United States, all over the whole world, are cavemen drawings. Fantastic, because it's all association of ideas. And they really do work. The vision boards work like tremendously. I wanted to talk a little bit at this point about how they work. And they work by association of ideas, about word clustering, about helping you focus. And focusing is so important in vision boarding. And I'm going to put up here a picture of a flower. Now look at the clustering of all those blossoms in that flower. That's like your word cluster. And as I was walking into my classroom or taking my walk at my home in Washougal, Washington, I passed by this huge, huge plant, and that's it right there. I took a picture of me in my shadow, and so I could show you the plant. And this is what I base that free gift I'm going to give you if you go to my site. My site is my name. It's www.sandralongmore, spelled LONGMORE.com. So go there and you're going to find more about how to get that gift. It's real simple. You just put your name and your email in there and off you go. There's 3 gifts on that actually. And then hi everybody. This is Sandra Longmore from the Golden Bridge, and I am going to talk to you today about word clustering. Word clustering is really how our brain works. We work by association of ideas. So when a thought comes in and is formed, it is immediately associated with other ideas of like. So if you are thinking positive, you will have word clusters that form together like, I feel really good today. I just love the flow of traffic today. It is wonderful how all people follow the rules and we are always safe on the road. If you're not feeling very good, it might be a clustering like this. It's kind of hard for me to get there, but I can. Oh, I have so much to do. I am really in overwhelm. Oh, wow. Nothing seems to go right for me. I tried to record today. The audio didn't go. I tried to do everything I possibly could, and I just had to shut down my computer. The receptionist downstairs has had a headache and has thrown up 3 times. This is not a good day. So more words and more emotional feeling is going to cluster to those 2 scenarios. So just as a visual, this morning when I was walking, I found this plant. See, it's a great big plant. And sometimes our words are very, very long. They start here, and our thought forms are very, very long before they go into the earth. And this I thought was such a good example of thought forms. See all that little flower and how each individual flower on the end of this stem, which is like our mind, has a thought. And you are able to do anything that you want with these thoughts. And they will cluster together like this. They will just make a cluster for you to put your vibration in. And this is the way it works. So if you're thinking good thoughts, you're going to have clusters that are really pretty and nice. If they're not so good, they're going to just droop. And like this one, they're going to have a bad spot in it. Right here is a bad spot where there's some kind of a growth in there, and it's going to just spread to this whole cluster, word cluster. And as long as you stay in this cluster of words, you're going to get more of the same. You're going to get more of bad thoughts. But if you move your cluster to a better form, like this, then you're going to get some good thoughts. So watch your words. Your words affect your emotions. Your emotions affect your results, because exactly what you get is what you're vibrating at. There is no mistakes. It is a universal law. That's it. I'm so happy that worked. And did you get the idea that if whatever your words are, they're clustering together? My mic is caught on something. You're clustering together and creating your next step. And it's either positive or negative. It just doesn't matter what it is, because law of attraction's consistent and always, always working and telling you exactly what you want. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit more about vision boarding and about an example of something that happened to me in my hometown of Washougal, Washington. Washougal was just, when I moved there, it was just this tiny, tiny, tiny town, and I loved it. Mainly because we were next to a great big town, big city, Portland, Oregon, and I was still in the country, and there are animals and everything. And I still have that. I still, because I'm up in the hills. But down in the main part of the town, there was a meeting, and I went to the meeting because they were talking about doing it, getting putting into Washougal what they thought that the people wanted. And the people had a meeting, and we all came together, and then these other people came, and the other people were a group. There were like about maybe 6 of them, and they put around the room great big large white papers, and they just taped them all around the room. Then they divided us into groups, and they had each of us say what we wanted in our town. And which we did. We were a happy group. We just said what we thought and what we wanted. And of course, I wanted to put in murals, because that's what I wanted. I wanted art downtown. And so then the company, they gathered up all those white papers, and they said, come back next week and we'll have the results. And I thought, okay, So anyway, we came back next week, and I was amazed. I said, you've got to be kidding. These people, they were called a visioning company or something. These people said that Washougal wanted a storefront with apartments overhead, a town square where events could be held, a development on the waterfront where more events could be held. They wanted an amphitheater. They wanted an underpass. They wanted to punch a hole in the dike and put an underpass from Washougal, from Pendleton, down into downtown Washougal. So you could walk along the dike and take your dogs for a walk and have a really good time. Well, 5 years later, one sunny day, I found myself sitting on a soft lawn with a beautiful waterfront view, listening to music in Washougal's annual music group at the outdoor amphitheater. There is a town square. That's a town square also. And during Christmas, I actually saw Santa Claus there with people just having fun and cheering and everything. And across from that town square is a large development with apartments up above and, yes, stores below. So it's amazing. It was just amazing. That just kind of just really amazed me that that could happen. And then what about Ella and Oprah and others who talk about how to change your mind and change your life? They have shows on boarding. And what about that movie, The Secret? That went around. Yeah, and the key elements of getting what you want is not necessarily belief, although that does help, but it's just allowing those things to come in. They come in just like in amazing and strange ways. Just amazing and strange ways. You just have to be surprised by them like I was. So, to put your vision board together, one of the things you need is visuals and photographs from magazines. You could use your artwork or just photographs from magazines. You could use affirmations, intentions of what you want. Now, here's a tip. Leave out the words don't, not, no out of your positive affirmations. If you leave those words out, you're going to have a happier life and you're going to get more results from your vision board. Law of attraction, in the law of attraction world, it just doesn't hear the words. It only hears the vibration. It only feels, it only knows the vibration. It's blind to words. It hears, you can say one thing, like you can say, "Ah, I love you." Or it can say, I really love you. See the difference in the vibration? One was just kind of in my upper body here, kind of da 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 off the top of my head. I love you. Or I love you. Difference in vibration. Law of attraction only hears that vibration. And it takes practice. So be easy on yourself. It does take practice. Also, words that say I am are more powerful than, oh, I wish I had this, I wish I had that. So just kind of wishy washy stuff isn't as powerful to get you what you want as the I am words. Another tip is the affirmation. If it's really far from where you currently are, if you are really not feeling like you are where you want to be, here's a little trick. So, say for instance, as an example, you get on your scale in the morning and you weigh 100 and you want to weigh 120 pounds, but you're not quite there. And so you get on the scale and you say, I weigh 120 pounds. But the mirror says, are you an idiot? No way are you 120 pounds. And your mind then, your subconscious mind, just gives you a lot of trouble. It starts arguing with you. And that's not what you want. You don't want an argument going with your subconscious mind. It just doesn't come to a good end. But if you use the words, I am in the process of, the subconscious mind says, okay, yeah, we're in the process of that. We could eat a little different today. We could have a green smoothie tomorrow. We could go on a walk. How about a walk, So it's going to start working more towards what you want. That 120 pounds when you step on that scale. Yahoo! I'm almost there. I love it. So, I am in the process of is magical little sentence. I am in the process of, I am in the process of, I'm in the process of. It works really, really, really good. And then when you're finished with that board, there are two schools of thought. The one says, do the board and then tuck it away someplace. And the other school of thought says, leave it out, and when you go by, look at it, and imbibe it, get it into your life. And I've had students and clients that have done it both ways. And personally, I'm the kind of person that I like to have it out there and I like to celebrate it. I think it's more fun that way. It's like, when the Little Mermaid, it showed up in that part of the vision board I showed you with this one that's behind me, and this one here. When it showed up, I was so excited. I just celebrated and celebrated, and I just went, I love that. It was on my board. When I have to get up and go to someplace, fly someplace, and it's an early morning flight, instead of like being all stressed out about that, I say, I love that because I am flying. And if you look closely on the board, there are pictures of me um, flying around the globe, and they all say early morning flights. Now, of course, you're probably saying, of course, most flights are early morning, but if it's on my board, I celebrate it. So watch the ways that it appears. It's going to appear in magical ways. It just surprise and delight you, and celebrate it. And as another tip, watch very, very, very carefully sarcasm. Sarcasm does not serve you. If you walk by that board and say, oh, yeah, yeah, it says money on there. I think mine has something like $3 million on it. And, you know, if I walked by and said, no way, no way, I don't even have enough for something to eat tomorrow, or I don't even have enough for whatever, you can always eat. You can always find something to eat. But anyway, something that hits your core. And so the sarcasm is a vibe that's a very low vibe, and it will not get you what you want. Instead, come close to it. So you walk by your board and you say, oh, there's money on my board. I remember, yeah, I did get some money. Let's see, where was my abundance today? Oh, yeah, I did. You know what? One of my students gave me back a quarter that she borrowed from me a month ago. Wow, I am so abundant. And or you got a coupon in the mail. Look at this. I got this coupon. It's a coupon off for a hearing aid. Yay! I don't need a hearing aid. Thank goodness. Yay. But the idea is that money is coming in the mail. So I can carry that further. I can cluster the words. Money comes in the mail to me. Isn't that wonderful? I always get money. I'm so, so very, very abundant. So that's about vision boarding. You need to feel it. You need to feel what you're doing, um, because the feelings are what magnetize it towards you. And then just live. Just live in a state of expectation. Live in a state of what's going to be interesting and exciting to come to you tomorrow. And another tip is right before you go to sleep, and I'm going to do a whole program on this, is right before you go to sleep. And when you wake up is such a great time for manifesting. So if you uh, right before you sleep, if you say good thoughts, things you want to bring in your life, it will be very helpful. And as you wake up, again, if you affirm what you are happy about, what you feel good about and confident about, then that's going to bring more of that during your day. So this is it for today for my Ustream, my second one. And I'd love it, love it, love it if you went to my internet site, Sandra Longmore. Sandra, Sandra, Longmore, Longmore, and get your free gift. I have a program that's launching tomorrow. It's called The Feminine Way, and it's all about how women can manifest better, all about how women can manifest using their very special femininity, and forgetting that they have to push and just working more with the whole brain idea. This was fun. I really enjoyed this. And I'm just the visual adding the visual here with Ustream has been so exciting to me. So you're gonna see more things on Ustream for me. You're gonna see more visuals. I am a very visual person, so that's what I'm gonna use. And I just love the field that we have created here with Ustream and with the Golden Goddess creating Calm Network. So thanks again. Have a fabulous, fabulous week. Bye.